What's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a new story. The name of the story is What If Naruto Had a Unique Ability? And yeah guys, it is an unscripted story and my own idea. Now before continuing this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And yeah, without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Story begins on October 10th in Konoha no Sato, as we go towards the said village in nighttime to see that it was peaceful and quiet. As now we move towards the outer skirts of the village, where we see on the far east side was a cave that was secretly a hidden base, in which we see a man was pacing back and forth outside a room, inside which a woman was seen being held by some woman, as she was in deep pain. The woman was none other than Kushina Uzumaki, and on the other side, the man pacing back and forth was none other than Minato Namikaze, the Yondaime Hokage of the said village and the husband of the said lady. As today was her, due date, because she was going to give birth to their child. And not only that, she was the Jinchuriki of the said village and the strongest Biju of Kyubi no Yoko, and that is why she was here. Since she was a female Jinchuriki, it was quite common that their seals are close to being broken when they go into labor, and that is why, for precautions and safety measures, they were here, for both their safety and the villages if something goes wrong. As everything went as scheduled and everything went well, as the cries of a child was heard, as Minato rushed inside to hug his wife, only to find that everything was not as it was seemed. The women were on the ground, as Kushina was in tears and weakened state, glaring at a dark corner where he saw a man with a mask and cape holding on to his child, as his said child was crying. As Minato took a step forward, as the man appeared in front of him. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Who are you? What do you want? What I want is something you already know. I want the Kyubi no Yoko. Hand over the Jinchuriki and I will hand over the boy. You dare? Said Minato. Of course I do. Or would you rather have your boy turn into nothing more than bloody smear? As they saw the explosive attacks, as Kushina was in deep shock and so was Minato as his husband. Wait! Stop! Said Minato, his voice quivering. Kushina, I know. As Kushina then walked towards him limpingly. Go ahead, do your worst. As the child was thrown in the air. Good. As the man warped into the thin air, disappearing from there with Kushina, as Minato grabbed his child only to see that the cloth was now hissing, as he threw away the cloth, taking his now child and escaping from the said room, where everyone was already dead. As he arrived in their safe house, where he wrapped up Naruto good and left some of his clones there, as he dashed outside again to search for Kushina. Thankfully, he has placed a tracker on her and was able to track her down to find her that she was panting heavily and was going in and out of unconsciousness, as he gave her some chakra pills and some revital pills as well, increasing her healing factor tenfold as well as her chakra vitals, as she was able to regain her consciousness and senses. Minato, where is Naruto? He's safe. Are you? I'm fine, but he took as that is when they sensed the killer intent of Kyubi no Yoko. Oh no, he released the Biju, didn't he? As Kushina nodded. As now we see Minato disappeared again and brought Kushina to the safe house, as she hugged her child close. Minato, you and I both know there is no other choice. You have to use that seal. The 8 pentagram? Yes. There's no other way. I'll help you. We gotta make this quick, because there's no other choice. Fine. As both of them then got up, as now we see on the outer skirt, Hiruzen Sarutobi, the retired Hokage of the said village, has taken the charge, as he was guiding his men to hold their fort and hold their grounds in front of the huge oncoming monster that was Kyubi no Yoko. Even if they tried, they were failing badly. But they had to, because behind them was their home that was going to be turned into nothing more than ashes or rubble if they don't stop this monstrosity. As that is why they were trying their best. That is until a huge star leapt in the air and headbutted the Biju, gaining its attention, indicating that either Jiraiya, the Toad Sage, or Minato, their Hokage, has gotten here. Minato, you took your sweet time. What the hell happened? We'll tell you later. We have to stop this now. Kushina, what are you doing? Wait, Bivako, I'm sorry. You'll tell me later. Just tell me what I need to do right now. Just hold him off. Gamabunta will help. As now we see Minato and Kushina both begin to prepare, as Kushina was gathering her chakra. As after a bit, she used her Uzumaki Kekkei, the adamantium chains, to hold off the Biju. As on the other side, Minato began to do the hand seals, but the QB, who has by the time regained the consciousness, roared as it tried to break free and said, "I won't be sealed again." And that is when it charged towards both of them. As Naruto, in that mere moment, opened his eyes and his tiny hand moved towards QB. And suddenly something happened. QB slipped. Yes, the QB no Yoko slipped while standing still and fell back first onto the ground, giving enough window to both Minato and Kushina to complete what they were doing, as the QB no Yoko was sealed away, with a dumbfounded expression on its face. And the same expression was on everyone's face. "What just happened?" said Hiruzen, as one of the shinobi then said, "Did we just won? Because QB slipped?" "I think so, yeah." As everyone said, We won!" As everyone began to cheer, as Hiruzen, who was seeing this, then sighed and walked towards Minato and Kushina. "Well, that ended well. Now tell me what happened." "Not here. Let us go." As now we see inside the Hokage office, Hiruzen was revealed of his demise of his wife and everyone else. "Who was this masked person? He claimed to be Madara, or whatever," said Kushina before his escape. "So he just arrives, releases the QB and then escapes?" "I think so. That was not his plan. His plan was either to destroy the whole village or take QB with him." "But why? Why just leave it here after doing all that?" said Hiruzen. "Either he's toying with us or just want to see if he could pull it off or not for the time being." "Which means he could do this in the future," said Minato. "If he's aiming to do this again, then we must..." The three of them looked at their child. I mean, Minato and Kushina's child. "You have to make sure he's well protected." "I'm sorry once again, Hiruzen-sama. It's alright. Biwaka was a hard-headed woman. And she... well... she wouldn't have gone any other way out anyways. It's gonna be hard explaining to my son and the others, but... it will be done. We gotta prepare for a big funeral. I'll see you then." And that is what happened. Within a week, a huge funeral was held for those who have died, and after that the reconstruction began. As this was going on, a council meeting was held. "Well, Minato, congratulations on becoming a father and successfully defeating the QB. But I want to know one thing," said Danzo, as the meeting was coming to a conclusion. "How in the hell did QB fell? What did you do? What kind of jutsu it was that made QB slip? Because it was not natural. It was seemingly unnatural." "Well, the thing is that I don't know. Maybe it was out of a whim, but that whim alone made it possible for us to have our victory. Otherwise, the things could have been much more dangerous." "Well, whatever happened, it was a miracle." "It was not a miracle. It was unnatural, if anything. I saw it with my own eyes," said Danzo. "Well, whatever it was, we are grateful that it happened," said Hiruzen. "Because with the help of that thing, that mere accident, we were able to win this battle." As after that, the conversation came to a halt as the meeting concluded. As after that, time began to pass by as Naruto began to grow, as Minato and Kushina were happy as they watched their child grow, and Naruto now reached at the age of 6. He had a lot of friends, he had a bright personality, and he was somewhat prodigious as well as cunning and a prankster like Kushina, the apple of the eye of both of his parents, and some of the villagers as well, even if they knew that he was the Jinchuriki. As now we see, after one day playing with Sasuke at Uchiha compound, he was returning back with his mother. It was evening already, as they were going through a different road, as they were talking and having fun time. That is, until this Kushina sensed some of the shadows moving as she watched apparition on the ground, and soon some kunais were landed towards them as she deflected them with her own kunai, guarding Naruto. "Who are you? Reveal yourself!" And that is when she was knocked out unconscious alongside Naruto. As once she woke up, she was tied, and so was Naruto next to her. As some of the Eva shinobi stood in front of her. Well, what do we have here? The Yondam spawn, as well as his wife. Now, what should we do, gentlemen? I say we give him a taste of his own medicine. Kill his spawn and you know what to do, he said, looking attentively towards Kushina. That's right, that we're talking about. Talking about defiling her? You got a death wish coming. If you already know who I am, then why do this? You see, we have a score to settle with the Yellow Flash. And what better to get him where it hurts the most? Taking revenge on his family. Taking revenge on a woman and his son? A 6-year-old. You really are, quite a plan maker. As now we see, Naruto at that time woke up as the conversation was going on, as he witnessed the man hit Kushina in the face, as that triggered something in Naruto, as suddenly one word came to Naruto's mind: slip. As suddenly the man began to slip comically in front of everyone again and again and again, as even his own teammate said, "Oi, Kurimaru, stop doing that. Stop playing around." "I am not." As he fell down again. Damn it, what the hell is going on?" he said, as Naruto looked at everyone and then said, "Slip." As everyone except for his Kachan began to do the same, as they caused a lot of commotion, which gave quite hints to the Anbus that were searching for him to arrive. And at that time, they watched all of the Eva Shinobis there slipping on their own while standing up again and again and again, and hurting themselves. Even if they were arrested, they were doing the same. They had to be carried there, and once they were placed on the ground, the same thing continued on. As on the other side, we see that Kushina and Naruto were rescued by Minato and his Anbus. As now we see, Minato, after making sure they were okay, arrived at the T&I department, where Anko and Ibiki were waiting for him. "Something is weird with them, Hokage-sama. You brought us something broken and defective." I mean, once we put them on the ground, they just slip or again and again. I'm thinking they're doing this willingly. I mean, why would anyone do this on their own? I mean, look at that. As a man was placed on the ground, he said, "No, don't do this, please," as he slipped again, as he had another bump on his head, as now he was lifted up back again in air alongside the others. As Minato then said, "Who sent you here? Why did you target my wife and son?" We wanted to get back at you. We came on our own." "That is hard to believe. Please trust us. Do whatever you wish, just don't put us to ground." "Then say it. Say it, who sent you here. I told you already, it was on our own." "And why are you slipping so much? Are you doing this on your own? God knows what is happening. It was after that we were, talking about your brat and your wife, or what to do with them." "You know what? Send them to ground." As after 5 minutes of watching them torture themselves, of slipping and slipping again, we see them being picked up again. And now they were just crying, traumatized. Why was this happening to them, and them alone? And why only after interacting with his family? As that is when they begin to talk amongst themselves like crazy. It was a curse of on them that they have inflicted, and they have been affected by it. As this was going on, we go towards the Kage meeting, where Minato was telling this to everyone. "What? You mean to say they were slipping on their own, on the ground, whenever placed?" "Yes, I mean it was unnatural, and yet looked like natural. And to be honest, it looked like they were traumatized by it as well. And they're seasoned Jonins, from what their features and ranks tells at least. This has to be something we're not seeing, some force at play here. I'm telling you," said Danzo to Hiruzen and Minato. "The same thing is happening here that happened to Kyubi." "You're on about again, that's bullshit," said Koharu. "No, Koharu," said Hiruzen. "I think he's on to something. Minato, it was quite a unnatural fall. When Kyubi fell, that gave us the time. And same thing happened with those. Do you think something is going on? I mean, only Kushina and Naruto were there at the time. Kushina has been with us for the longest time, so we can never be so sure. But what about Naruto?" As that is when they realized Naruto was there when Kyubi slipped, and he was also there when these men slipped, and they were cursed of sort. Did your son do this?" said Hiruzen, looking towards Minato. I don't know. Why are you looking at me like this?" As after that we see Minato returned home. As the meeting was halted for the time being, continued for a later date. As he called his son, Naruto, can you come here for a bit? What is it, Tojan? Do you, have certain ability? What was going on when you were, kidnapped? Minato, that is not the time to talk about that with your son. I mean, calm down, Kushina. I am talking about something serious here. Fine, said Kushina. I only thought of, slip for some reason. When I saw that man slap him, and then he began to slip. Then I thought that the other should slip as well. So that is when they begin to slip as well. Huh. That is quite interesting, Naruto. Really interesting. Can you make me slip? I mean, can you think of me slipping? Why would I think that? Wouldn't it hurt? I mean, it would, but can you please, son? I mean, sure, if you want me to. As Naruto did that, as Minato took a step and he slipped. As he tried to get up and slipped again, Naruto, think that I'm not slipping anymore, and I'm back to normal. As Naruto thought, as Minato, with a gulp, took another step and he was normal. Huh. I see it now. Son, you have an ability. What the hell is going on here? Said Kushina. You won't understand it. You have to, experience it. Now Naruto think that your Kachan is slipping. Okay. As after that, Kushina tried to get towards Minato to stop this BS, but she slipped again and again and again. And after some time, she finally gave up and admitted that Naruto had, and that is when Naruto stopped. And both of them were now bonked on the head. Ow! Why am I the one getting hit? Said Naruto. Well, you didn't stop after the first time, but you did good. You listened to your father. Then why? You should have stopped at the first time, because it hurted your Kachan a lot. Then why am I hit? Because you told him to do so. I could have just listened and trusted you. You're my husband. God damn it. Oh man, this woman. Naruto, do this to your father again. Okay. As Naruto caused it slip again on Minato as he began to slip again and again. Let's go and rest, Naruto. Oi, don't leave me here. As Minato then laid on the ground, and to his surprise he was slipping even then. Again and again. As Naruto in the midnight arrived and stopped it, and then went back to bed, because he was not cruel. As this was going on, we see the next day, Minato, with dark circles under his eyes, then explained this to everyone as he had a lot of wounds on his face and bandages. So, I think you found out something, said Danzo. Yes, Naruto has an ability. Just by thinking of a person slipping, he can make you slip, and vice versa. Have you tried any other thing aside from that? No. Maybe you should. As Minato, after deep thought, tried so, and so far nothing. So they came to a conclusion after some tries that Naruto could only cause people to slip when he thought hard on their own. As that was quite a unique ability in its own right. I mean, it could come in handy whenever one wanted, right? As now we see Naruto begin to grow up, as he was now at the age of 13 and was somewhat lazy but a prodigious as well as prankster of a student. And since his ability was revealed to him, everyone's life has been a living miserable hell. Well, for those who will try to get back at him or prank him. As Sasuke paid the ultimate price of not messing with him, because once he ate his ramen and Naruto made him slip again and again, well, while practicing. And Sasuke even slipped while casting a jutsu, so yeah, his hand skills broke and he couldn't cast any jutsu. That was quite traumatic for Sasuke. And that is why Naruto, after apologizing, stopped. As now we see, Naruto and Sasuke were going to have a sparring match, as Naruto then looked at him with a smirk. Yeah, Sensei, there's no point. He's just gonna cast slip and I'm just gonna slip my ass here. Naruto, no using of that ability. Oh, geez, Sensei, you're making this hard for me to not use that. You know that it's fun, right? Naruto, for serious, you have to. Geez, Sensei, whatever. As Iruka had a tick mark on his head. Oi, you damn idiot, listen to me, said Iruka with a big head no jutsu as Naruto covered his ears. Jeez, Sensei, you have a pair of lungs you got there. Fine. As Naruto and Sasuke had a spar as Naruto and Sasuke tied. Finally, dope. At least we're even without your special ability. Good to know. Yeah, whatever you say, Timmy. So, can we leave now? I'm getting tired. As after that, Naruto left, as he knew the graduation was coming soon, so he needed to be on his A game. While this was going on, Naruto had one other secret that he hasn't revealed to anyone. And that was, well, the Kyubi no Yoko. The, well, lady he has crushed upon. Well, how did this happen? Well, when Naruto was 12, he has found the collection of Uchiha tactics, well, in his father, well, bookshelf. And once he did, he read it, and he was quite inspired by it. And somewhat of a closet pervert, like Kakashi. As once he suddenly accidentally went into his own mindscape after causing the slip on his own self, as he hit his head on the ground and was knocked out unconscious. As that is when he found Kyubi in its humanoid form. And after seeing her like this, Naruto's jaw dropped. As he then said, "Oh my god." As Kyubi looking at this blushed and said, "You, how did you get here?" Sorry, I did not knew. Wow, you're pretty. Sorry, I'm sorry, said Naruto as Kyubi blushed again. What do you mean, I'm pretty? You're not disgusted to know that I have this illusion over me? Illusion? Heck yeah, I'll take it any day. If I'm gonna go out like this, then I'm gonna go out with a bang, said Naruto, his inner pervert showing in. Wait, why am I saying this out loud? I didn't mean it. Of course I did. 100%. What is going on? As Kyubi blushed and said, with an embarrassed expression, this is your mindscape. You're in your own mind. So stop talking aloud. I can sense and hear what you are feeling, you horny bastard. As Naruto was a blushing mess now, as the girl in front of him then said, I am Kyubi no Yoko, you know that? Damn, if this is Kyubi no Yoko, I'll take the Konoha Crush attack any day on me. Go October 10th again on me, baby, said Naruto. Wait, what? Sorry about that, me and my inner thoughts. As Kyubi was now a blushing mess. You disgust me, you disgusting pervert. As Naruto was kicked out of his own mindscape. And after that, well, things have been rocky, but yeah, he was getting there. And she was now on, well, talking basis at least to him. Hell, he was gonna try his best to propose to his Beiju? Well, when he thought about it like that, it was weird, but she was one hell of a beauty and someone who has captivated his heart. So yeah, no other girl was gonna do for him. It was either her or no one. And besides, he had all the time in his life, but only one life, so he's gonna make sure he had most of it. While he also was reading the next, well, issue of the Uchiha tactics while giggling like a schoolgirl. As his mother arrived. Naruto, what the hell are you doing? As Naruto hit that book instantly. But Kyubi, well, made Naruto hand in her control and revealed the book. I'm just doing nothing. As he tried to grab his hand. But the cover was revealed to his mother. As what came after was Naruto, well, sitting in a traditional position. As he was having an earful from his mother. While his father had a sigh. How did you even come to this? I saw your collection, well, what you kept in your library. I was quite bored and wanted something to read. Since you're the one who told me to read, so yeah, I began to read that. It was quite awesome. You know? It's not awesome, it's disgusting. The story is cool about the hero and all that. There is smut in it, Naruto. You're a freaking 13-year-old. I'm soon gonna be adult, so yeah, I can read that, you know? Plus, it's quite good. When can I meet that old pervert Jiraiya sensei? I need his autograph and want to read the scriptures of the next tactics. I want to know how the story continues. Jeez, what happened to my son? Said Kushina, looking traumatized and broken. Oi, stop looking like that, you lost your son in a goddamn war. I'm right here, you old woman. What did you say? Naruto, what have you done? Said Minato. I'm sorry, I guess? Run, son, run! As Kushina, in her tense tail state, was standing there. What? did you say? As Naruto dashed like his life depended on it, but soon a hand extended as it grabbed him by the extent of his skull and dragged him back. It was Kushina, and what came after was a barrage of beatings. As Naruto, his face swollen, was now sitting there, alongside Minato, who has a similar face. You know, I hate it that you're my son. I can't hate you so much for that. Thanks, Dochan. You damn idiot, there's nothing to be thanked for. When I told you to run, you should have ran away. Fine. I still can't believe I'm the one getting beaten for this. Well, it is your sensei and you kept those books like that, so yeah, it's obvious you're gonna get punished. Shut up, Naruto. Just shut up. As after that we see Naruto was placed on Team 7 the next day, as the team placements were being held. As after that, Team 7 contained Sakura and, well, Sasuke. While this was going on, Naruto still tried his best to score a date with Kyuubi, while also doing his missions. And now we see both of them, all of them arriving inside the land of waves, where they encountered Zabuza, which Naruto got slipped upon and easily, defeated. As next after that, they were resting in Tazuna's house, the bridge builder that was, their, employer. That is where Naruto met with a beautiful girl, and that alone caused him a huge amount of headache. Turned out Kyuubi got jealous when Naruto said that, and she herself was not aware why. Kurumi-chan, are you jealous? No, I'm not jealous. I don't care what you think, you flashback. Aw, it's cute that you think that I think of other women. I promise to you this much. You're the only one for me, and no one else besides you. I'm serious, you know, said Naruto, as Kurumi was blushing. Fine, you idiot, she told to herself, unknown to anyone. She too has, after thousands of years, beginning to feel Naruto's sincerity, and his persistency won her over. And not only that, he was kind of a pervert, so yeah, it made her heartstring whenever he had those perverted thoughts about her. To this date, people were scared of her. Some were just wanted to use her, but he had genuine love and affection for her. He fell in love with her at first sight, and that was something that she hadn't experienced since forever. And she too was excited to see how things would go. As time began to pass by, and Naruto with his, slip skill, which was a cheat code in its own right, was going throughout his life, and even made sure that Gato paid the ultimate price, as he was slipped again and again and again, and forever was now a circus monkey-like figure for the whole land of waves, who made money off of him by showing him to the other people. As this was going on, we go back to Konoha, where Chunin exams was happening, as Naruto won with his cheat skill throughout the preliminary rounds after completing the first and second round, in which he defeated Orochimaru with the slip as well, while he slipped away with his team. As now we see, the final match was with him and Gaara, as the final matches were now beginning after 1 month of break. As Naruto in that month tried his best to get a date and spend some time with her, and this time he was able to land, and that was right after the Chunin exams. And after he won the match, Gaara released his Shikaku, and the Konoha crush began, and Naruto was enraged. You got to be fucking kidding me, said Naruto. I was gonna go on a date. As Naruto went god mode on them, he single-handedly used his father and mother's jutsu's arsenal that he has learned, which his father and mother thought that he has not paid any attention to. He used them for the first time, and so effectively that he was able to take down army, combination of Suna and Oto together, and then arrive and deal with the Edo Tensei first and second, and even with the Shikaku, and not only that, beat the shit out of Orochimaru and then cause sleep eternally on him, alongside all of his accomplices, making sure even the spies couldn't get out of it. As Naruto stood there panting heavily, as everyone was shocked, dead silent. Even Kurumi was impressed. Without using or demanding for any chakra from her, he was able to do this. And with that, the council meeting proved that Naruto was more than enough to become a Jonin. But Naruto wanted to be a Chunin at the time best, because all his most important focus was with a date with Kurumi. As finally they went on a date, which was basically in his own room, because that is what Kurumi wanted. Them looking at the stars and both having the time of their life. And how did this happen? Naruto made a clone of himself, a female clone that resembled a lot like Kurumi, as she was able to transfer her consciousness into it. And to their surprise, it worked, as now Kurumi was in physical world, and next to Naruto. And after their date ended, she kissed Naruto before returning back. I had fun, Naruto-kun. Maybe we'll do this sometime again? Of course. As much as you want. So it's official, I guess? Of course it is. As Naruto was happy. So much that he just wanted to explode with happiness. But his happiness wasn't going to last long because the Akatsuki has taken his notes on his power. And they thought of it as a headache. So they decided to capture him. And that is what they did. While returning from a mission, Naruto was captured and was now in Amegakure. Naruto's eyes were tied because he had to see a person to cause a slip. As Naruto was beaten badly. As Kurumi tried her best, but because of the seal she couldn't do anything. As in the end, Naruto was to the point of weakness. Kurumi-chan, said Naruto, after weeks of enduring the torture as well as beatings, with a smile on his face. Break the seal. Leave, please. I don't want you to get hurt. They're gonna use you to seal you away. You wanted to be free, right? Go on ahead. No, you idiot. Not like this. I'm not gonna leave away the only person that I loved after such a long time. You have to. Because I'm not gonna watch the person I love suffer. As that is when Kurumi broke that seal. Or more like the Akatsuki did, and she was ripped out of Naruto. As Naruto was close to dying out, we see that Kurumi, with all her rage, went sent it to the Gerumazo, took control of the Gerumazo and became the Ten-Tailed itself, as instead of the hideous monster that Ten-Tail was, the Ten-Tails turned into a Ten-Tailed fox now, whose eyes were red with Rinne's Sharingan, as it morphed into a fox girl, and then into a normal one, wearing a black yukata with wooden sandals and orange hair. As with a single strike of her long elongated nails, she cut it down everyone's throat, except for Naruto, as she picked him up. You bloody idiot. You thought for a mere moment that I would leave you. Not like this. As Naruto's eye band was removed, as his eyes looked at her tiredly. Kurumi-chan, you look beautiful. With these words, Naruto eyes closed, as his heart was stopping because of the torture he has endured, but Kurumi pushed most of her chakra into Naruto, as Naruto was able to heal as his eyes widened. Wait, what? What is going on? As Kurumi then kissed Naruto and then punched him in the face. You baka! You have no right to go and out die like this. You're not allowed to die like this. As after that she began to cry on his chest as Naruto calmed her down. Fine. Nothing of this sort will ever happen again. As soon after that, both of them returned back to Konoha. And once they did, both of the parents and the whole village was shocked to find out that this person was Kurumi, and she was the Kyuubi no Yoko, and now she was dating Naruto, as this was the biggest prank Naruto did on them. Well, shock that he gave them, aside from his pranks. But the love he had with the Biju and the Biju had for him was real, and even for once, Danzo was lost for words. Like, what the hell? Kid was able to raise up a Biju? Damn, he got game. And Jiraiya on the other side was crying tears of joy after finding out that he was able to finally make his godson like himself, a true man of culture. And not only that, he was proud of him. And once this was realized by the others, the other Jinchurikis and Biju supported them, and made sure that their village did so as well. And soon the other 5 elemental nations, under the guidance of Kurumi and Naruto, the union of Biju and humans, became one, as they all were now peaceful and with one another, together helping out each other. And that is how peace prevailed, and Naruto and Kurumi's marriage even further solidified that, as Naruto at the age of 14 was now happily married to a 1,000-year-old Biju, who was the strongest being in the whole planet right now, and his beloved wife, as both of them even had some childrens. And how did this happen? Because of the power of love. Yeah, sounds corny, but that is how it happened. Anyways, Naruto's ability well, it was passed down to his children, who were much more worse pranksters. I mean, when the Akatsuki arrived, they all just caused slip on them, and they ultimately slipped again and again and again until they gave up and just left. And that is how Boruto, well, Borito, as I like to call him, well, concluded his story. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this funny story off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace!